Hey world, it's Ben. We'll come back to another video. Fam, this is another version of real news versus fake news. I'm just blown away by the discrepancy between real news and fake news. Okay, first of all, I want to start with the real news. And family, thank you for joining me and still hanging there with me. I know I haven't been dropping a lot of videos lately. A lot of things been going on. School started, doing other things. But I definitely would like to make sure that, I really appreciate your love and appreciate your attention. You dig? But the real news, family, in Maui, okay? Not just the fires, not just the fact that it was called, it was a wildfire that initiated this destruction. See, I was a firefighter in Houston, at the Houston Fire Department, okay? I did that for like 7 years. And when to hear that in Lahaina, in Maui, at the height of the fire, firefighters were saying that the hydrants was dry, that it lost pressure due to problems with pressure. If this is a wildfire, right? I'm gonna tell you right now, it would have been a first alarm, second alarm, third alarm, 4-alarm fire. I mean, there have been many, many fire trucks, many first responders getting to the spot quick. And the only thing I could think of, family, for that destruction to be so catastrophic is if the fire trucks, they didn't get there. Because there would be a cutoff. It's not going to be, the firefighter's not going to be able to catch up or shut off or cut off the fires. You will lay lines, in proximate locations where these fires will be contained. But for them to say that fire hydrants were dry at the peak of the fire and all the destructions happened because firefighters couldn't get water, I mean, that's real news right there. Because someone has to be accountable for that. You dig? And so my heart goes out to the people of Maui. And like I say, and also a couple of years ago, a few years ago, when Puerto Rico had that horrific storm, and they were sending paper towels and stuff over there. I mean, that was horrific, right? And I started thinking, why would this type of destruction happen in Maui, happen in Puerto Rico, happen in New Orleans with Katrina? There's a common denominator, and I'm not a conspiracy theorist, but I'm also not someone who doesn't think outside the box and understand that this reality that we live in is not reality. Okay? Fake news. Russia just crashed a spacecraft on the moon. What? Okay. In 2021, family, to get a mortgage, a 30-year fixed rate mortgage, 3%. 2 years ago, 3%. Now, 7%. And they talking about Russia crashing on the moon? Who took those pictures of the crashed aircraft? I mean, who was up there taking pictures of that? And how can you go to the moon and you crash? But once again, family, this is ridiculous. Russia, aren't you in a war with Ukraine? But y'all got all this extra income to fly a rocket to the moon with some type of spacecraft inside that if you look at it, family, check it out. It looked like gold foil, tin foil. And it crashed, and they call that a disappointment. No, what's the disappointment is the fact that you would tell me that you landed on the moon on some slick shit. I mean, like, we crashed. Like, oh, no, man, come on, you serious? Fake news. Landed on the moon. And guess who talking about finna have another space expedition? United States. Come on, man. Mortgage rate 7%. Inflation at the roof, right? And remember, all these are taxes. I just think back when, they so-called forefathers talked about no taxation without representation. Family, 538 politricks, right, are running the world over here, especially, and no one's saying anything about it because of fear and hedonism. The new iPhones, the new cars, all this new fake ass materialistic, items that people are so enthralled to get, new cars, all that kind of stuff, while you having to pay way more money for it than you did before, and no one has a problem with that. Okay? Real news. You dig? And then, of course, California with the hurricanes and the earthquakes at the same time, they need to come to H-Town because that ain't no hurricane. Okay? Little water on the streets, that ain't no hurricane, man. Y'all want a hurricane, come to H-Town. And I know y'all said it was a category 1 when it landed and everything. When we get that down in Texas, oh man, it's real. All right? So fake news. Another way to try to keep this narrative of global warming going. Fake news. You dig? Family, pay yourself first. Get your paper. Stack your crumbs until you build that pie. Because I'm telling you right now, this so-called reality, and if you would like to say, if you never watched the television, right, and you making $50,000 a year, and 2 years ago, you had a mortgage that at 3%, right? And then 2 years later, the bank tell you it's 7%. People take their money out the bank because they be like, oh no, you trying to rob me. But since, we get so infatuated and so cognitively dissonant, we let it ride. I mean, who want to pay for something more than its value at? Come on, man. You know what I mean? So like I said, once again, my heart goes out to the people in Maui. Like I say, I was just in Hawaii. I was in Honolulu. But to get back to my point, I was making the correlation between Puerto Rico, Maui, and Katrina. See, people are all indigenous. You look at the Hawaiians. Majority of those people are from Hawaii. You look at Puerto Rico. Those Puerto Ricans are from that island. Okay? And so I think there's a difference in importance when it comes to, catastrophic events or, corruption, political corruption, because a lot of it is basically predicated on what the United States is doing because they're quick to say Puerto Rico and Hawaii are part of the United States, right? But then, of course, Biden, the president of the United States, hasn't been down to Maui. It's been 2 weeks. But now him and his wife finna go down there. Come on, man. Fake news. You dig? But fam, I do want to come back with that. Like I say, there's some real news out there, some fake news out there, fam. You got to decipher. You know what I'm saying? You got to make sure you don't get caught slipping. Okay? Pay yourself first. If you got a 401k and you got retirement pensions and whatnot, please stay on top of that. See, they don't expect you to stay on top of that. And then when you lose 30-40%, come on, man. How you gonna make that back up? Especially you my age, or you a little older. You young, you might can make that up. But come on, man, you can avoid that. Be more, involved in your retirement benefits. Don't just wait till you retire to be finding out what's going on. Finding out if they charging you fees and stuff, okay? Service fees, all these type of different fees. Find that out because that can make a big difference in the long run, family. All right? Russia landed on the moon. Wow. Last I checked, they can't get past the Van Allen belt. And how is it that you went to the moon, allegedly United States, in the 60s, But you can't get there now. Come on, man. All right? Cognitive dissonance. Use your head. All right, fam, let me get up on out of here. Like I say, in the meantime, between time, may the Most High Society bring you joy and being with his 95,000.